All right, let's unpack this. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on kind of an invisible threat, really. It affects the very air you breathe in your home, especially if you're somewhere humid, like, let's say, Myrtle Beach. We've really dug into a pile of expert insights, some surprising facts, too, about mold and your indoor air quality. Our goal, really, our mission for you today, it's to give you the knowledge, to spot these hidden dangers and to understand the solutions that actually work, protect your health, and hopefully do it all without making your head spin with the science. So maybe the place to start is, where does this mold, this hidden stuff, usually come from? Especially in air ducts, which, let's be honest, most of us never see.
Yeah, that's a great question. What's really interesting is it's often, well, a perfect storm. You've got the high humidity, right? Like you said, common here to the coast. Combine that with the condensation that naturally forms inside your HVAC system, your air conditioning, and boom, you've got this ideal breeding ground. It's dark, it's damp, perfect for mold. Our sources, they brought up some really eye-opening examples, like finding 5 pounds of mold inside one home's ductwork in Surfside Beach.
5 pounds, seriously?
5 pounds. It just underscores how much can be growing completely out of sight. You'd never know.
Wow. Okay, 5 pounds. That's a number that sticks with you. It really makes you think, how long can that go unnoticed? And what does that mean for your health? I mean, can dirty ducts, moldy ducts, actually make you sick?
Oh, absolutely. This is critical. Yes,
Yeah.
the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they've showed a clear link. Indoor mold exposure and spikes in asthma attacks, it's documented. We even saw cases in the research, like a kid with chronic allergies,
Yep.
getting significantly better right after the ducts were professionally cleaned. It directly connects the air inside to real health outcomes. It's not just theoretical.
Okay, so that connection is solid. Now, if you think you have mold, the first thought for many people probably is grab the bleach, right? Just spray it down. Seems logical. Does that actually work in a duct system, or is that missing something?
Right. That's a
Yeah.
really common assumption. And honestly, it's kind of a dangerous one. Bleach mostly just masks the problem. It whitens the surface of the mold so it looks clean.
Ah, okay.
But it doesn't really penetrate, doesn't kill the roots deep down, so the mold just grows back. It's sort of like painting over rust on a car. The problem's still underneath.
Gotcha. So it's a cosmetic fix, not a real one.
Exactly. The professional method, it's often called antimicrobial fogging, that's designed to really eliminate it at the source, make sure it doesn't just come right back.
That distinction feels really important. Okay, so talking professionals.
Yeah.
What kind of cost are we looking at? For real mold removal like that? Sounds potentially expensive?
Yeah, it can be an investment. The price range we saw typically falls between, say, $1,500 and maybe $5,000. Depends on things like, how big your house is, how bad the contamination actually is.
Right.
But here's something interesting the sources highlighted. Homeowners might be able to get insurance to cover it sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, under certain circumstances. So it's definitely something worth checking, looking into your policy if you're facing this.
That's a really practical tip. Good to know. Okay, shifting gears slightly, but still on hidden things. That musty smell, the one. Sometimes your AC kicks on and you get that whiff. What's actually behind that?
Well, usually there are 3 main suspects.
Yeah.
And none of them are particularly pleasant. First, and probably most common, is mold growing right there in your evaporator coils inside the unit.
Okay.
Second, and this is the grim one, dead rodents or other pests trapped in the duct.
Okay. Didn't need that image, but all right, what's the third?
The third is pretty common too, a clogged condensate line. Basically, the drain line for the AC gets blocked, water backs up, stands there, and you get that damp, musty smell.
Right, standing water. Makes sense. Okay, on a slightly related note, UV lights. People talk about installing UV lights in their HVAC to prevent mold. Is that like a real solution or more of a myth?
It's a bit of both, but maybe leaning more towards limited effectiveness. Look, UV lights can inhibit some surface growth, but only what's directly hit by the light, right in that line of sight.
Okay.
They aren't really a whole system prevention solution, especially if mold's already taken hold somewhere else in the ducts.
So not a silver bullet then?
Not really. A much better alternative that's gaining ground now for actual air purification is something called bipolar ionization.
Bipolar ionization, what's that?
It's technology that actively cleans the air moving through your entire system. It creates these charged particles,
Yeah.
ions. These ions basically make pollutants like mold spores, dust, viruses clump together.
Ah, so they get bigger.
Exactly. They get bigger and heavier, which makes them much easier for your regular HVAC filters to catch and remove from the air. It's a more active system-wide approach.
Okay, that sounds promising. Now, this is where it gets really practical, I think. Prevention. Because stopping it before it starts seems key. What's the essential checklist? What should people be doing?
Right. Proactive steps are definitely the way to go. First, make sure you're changing your HVAC filters regularly, like monthly, and pay attention to the MRV rating, that's minimum efficiency reporting value. Aim for MR 8 to 11. That tells you how well it catches tiny particles.
Okay, MR 8 to 11 monthly, got it.
Then, seasonally, maybe once or twice a year, think about getting a professional duct inspection. Just have someone look annually. Get your dryer vent cleaned. That's not just air quality. That's a huge fire prevention thing, too. Super important.
Definitely. Dryer events are serious.
And this is crucial. If you ever have flooding or any kind of water damage,
Yeah.
always get professional mold testing done afterwards. Don't just assume it dried out okay.
Good point. Water damage is a big trigger.
So if we kind of zoom out for a second here, connect the dots,
Yeah.
it becomes pretty clear, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Indoor air quality is this unseen but really critical piece of our overall well-being.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've definitely peeled back some layers today. We talked about how common hidden mold is, especially in coastal homes. We connected it to real health issues like asthma spikes. And importantly, we drew that line between, grabbing the bleach, the DIY stuff, and what professionals actually do to fix it.
Right. And we touched on the costs involved, that potential for insurance help, which is key, and deciphered those lovely musty smells.
Yeah, lovely. And we clarified the limits of UV lights versus something more comprehensive like bipolar ionization for prevention and cleaning the air.
Exactly.
So, okay, what does all this mean for you listening right now? Well, it means taking those proactive steps we talked about, checking your filters every month, thinking about those seasonal duct checks, maybe even knowing about that simple, like, $10 home test kit you can get for mold spores, just as an early warning sign.
Which really brings us to, I think, an important question for you to mull over. How much thought do you actually give to the air inside your home compared to maybe worrying about the air quality outside and what unseen things might be, subtly impacting your health every single day?